I deleted every social media app from my phone for exactly 7 days. No Instagram, no TikTok, no Facebook, and something weird happened on day 3. I sat down to read a book, and I didn't want to stop. For the first time in years, I read for 2 straight hours. My brain felt awake. But here's the disturbing part. When I checked my screen time from the week before, I had spent 31 hours scrolling. That's a full-time job, doing nothing. And I'm not alone. The average person checks their phone 344 times per day. That's once every 4 minutes you're awake. Your brain is being hijacked, and today I'm going to show you the exact neuroscience behind why you can't focus anymore, and more importantly, how to rewire your brain to actually enjoy doing hard things. This isn't about willpower. This is about understanding how your brain actually works. What's really happening in your brain? Let's talk about what's actually happening inside your skull right now. There's a tiny region in your brain called the nucleus accumbens. Think of it as your motivation headquarters. It runs on a chemical called dopamine. But here's what most people get wrong about dopamine. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. It's the wanting chemical. It's what makes you crave things. According to research published in Nature Neuroscience, dopamine spikes before you get a reward, not after. It's the anticipation that floods your brain with this chemical. This is why scrolling feels so addictive. Every swipe might show you something interesting. Your brain releases dopamine to keep you searching. But you're never actually satisfied. You're just constantly wanting the next thing. Now here's where it gets dark. Dr. Anna Lemke, a psychiatrist at Stanford University and author of Dopamine Nation, explains that when you expose your brain to too many easy dopamine hits, something called downregulation happens. Your dopamine receptors literally decrease in number. It's like your brain is turning down the volume on satisfaction. Now you need more stimulation just to feel normal. That book that used to captivate you? Boring. That workout that used to energize you? Impossible. You're not losing discipline. You're experiencing a tolerance effect, just like with any other drug. And social media companies know this. They hire neuroscientists and behavioral psychologists to design apps that exploit this exact mechanism. You're not weak. Your brain is being hacked. Why willpower keeps failing you? So you've probably tried to fix this before, right? You told yourself, starting Monday, I'm going to focus. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to stop wasting time. And it worked for about 6 hours. Then you found yourself scrolling again. And you blamed yourself. You thought, I just don't have enough willpower. But here's what research from the American Psychological Association reveals. Willpower is not a character trait. It's a finite resource. Think of it like a battery that drains throughout the day. Every decision you make, every temptation you resist, it drains that battery. This is why you can resist checking your phone in the morning, but by 8 p.m., you're mindlessly scrolling for an hour. Your willpower battery is dead. But here's the good news. You don't need more willpower. You need to rewire your brain so that discipline becomes your default setting. And there's a specific protocol that makes this possible. It's called a dopamine detox, but that name is actually misleading. You're not detoxing from dopamine. You're resetting your dopamine system. Let me explain exactly how this works. So what is a dopamine detox? Despite what social media gurus tell you, you're not actually removing dopamine from your brain. That would be impossible and dangerous. What you're actually doing is removing the artificial, hyperstimulating sources of dopamine. Think of your dopamine system like a dimmer switch that's been cranked to maximum brightness for so long that normal light looks like darkness. A dopamine detox is about turning down that dial so your brain can recalibrate what normal feels like. Here's what happens neurologically. Research from the University of Cambridge shows that when you remove overwhelming sources of easy pleasure, your dopamine receptors begin to upregulate. They become more sensitive. Suddenly, activities that seemed boring before start feeling engaging. The satisfaction of completing a task, the energy after a workout, the calm after focused work. These natural rewards start registering again. You're not becoming someone new. You're returning to baseline. You're remembering what it feels like to be driven by internal satisfaction rather than external stimulation. But here's the critical part that nobody tells you. For the first 3 to 5 days, you're going to feel terrible. You'll feel restless, irritable, maybe even anxious. This is not weakness. This is withdrawal. Your brain has adapted to a certain level of stimulation, and now you're pulling it away. That discomfort you feel is actually a sign that the process is working. The 7-day protocol. All right, let's get practical. Here's exactly how to do a dopamine detox in 7 days. Step 1. Identify your highest dopamine activities. Not the things you enjoy most, but the things that require the least effort for the most stimulation. For most people, this is their phone, specifically social media, short-form video content, or mobile games. But it could also be junk food, online shopping, or pornography. Whatever gives you intense pleasure with minimal effort, that's your target. Step 2. Remove them completely for 7 days. This is non-negotiable. You can't just reduce your phone time. Your brain needs complete separation to reset. Delete the apps, not just logging out. Delete them. Put your phone in another room when you work. Use a website blocker on your computer. Step 3, and this is critical, you must replace these activities with slower, more sustainable rewards. Nature abhors a vacuum, and so does your brain. When you take away easy dopamine sources, you need to deliberately engage in activities that provide earned dopamine. Read a physical book instead of scrolling. Cook a meal from scratch instead of ordering delivery. Go for a walk without headphones. Exercise without music or podcasts. Journal by hand. Have a real face-to-face conversation. These activities will feel boring at first because your dopamine system is still tuned to high intensity. But here's the magic. As you persist, your brain starts releasing dopamine in anticipation of these activities too. After a few days of reading, your brain learns that opening a book leads to the satisfaction of learning something new. After a week of workouts, your brain starts craving the endorphin rush and sense of accomplishment. You're literally retraining your reward system. Step 4. Track your withdrawal symptoms. On day 1, you'll feel fine, maybe even motivated. Day 2 and 3, that's when the restlessness hits. You'll feel like climbing the walls. This is the danger zone where most people quit. But if you push through to day 4 and 5, something shifts. The fog starts to clear. By day 7, you'll notice your attention span has expanded. Things that used to bore you within minutes will hold your focus for an hour. The pleasure versus satisfaction distinction. Now, let's talk about something that changes everything once you understand it. The difference between pleasure and satisfaction. Pleasure is immediate and fleeting. It comes from external stimulation and requires no effort. Scrolling, junk food, binge watching. These give you pleasure in the moment, but they leave you feeling empty. Satisfaction is delayed and lasting. It comes from internal accomplishment and requires effort. Finishing a project, learning a new skill, having a difficult conversation. These feel hard in the moment, but they leave you feeling fulfilled. Modern life bombards us with pleasure but leaves us starving for satisfaction. That's why you can spend an entire day feeling entertained and still go to bed feeling unfulfilled. Your brain got pleasure but no satisfaction. And here's what nobody tells you. Satisfaction actually produces more dopamine over time than pleasure does. When you accomplish something difficult, when you push through resistance and come out the other side, your brain releases a cocktail of neurochemicals. Dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. This is what athletes call a runner's high. It's what creators feel after hours of focused work. It's the deep contentment that comes from discipline. And it's far more powerful and lasting than any notification could ever be. How to force your brain to do hard things. The long-term strategy. Here's the truth that people don't want to hear. This isn't a one-time fix. Your brain will always try to drift back toward easy rewards. That's not a bug. That's a feature. The key is building systems that make discipline the path of least resistance. This is where environment design becomes crucial. If your phone is next to your bed, you'll check it first thing in the morning. If healthy food is prepared and visible, you'll eat it. If your workout clothes are laid out, you'll work out. You cannot rely on willpower when your environment is sabotaging you. Design your life so that the dopamine-rich activities require effort to access, and the satisfaction-rich activities are effortless to start. Like I mentioned earlier, delete social media apps from your phone. Use website blockers during work hours. Put your phone in another room when you sleep. Make junk food inconvenient and healthy food convenient. Every barrier you put between yourself and distraction is a vote for the person you're trying to become. Here's the ultimate truth. You're always either reinforcing discipline or reinforcing distraction. Every single moment is a choice. But after you've reset your dopamine system, the choices become easier. The pull toward distraction weakens. The pull toward meaningful work strengthens. So here's what I want you to do right now. Don't just watch this video and move on. That's what the old version of you would do. Instead, identify the single highest source of empty dopamine in your life. Is it Instagram, TikTok, video games, junk food? Identify it. Then commit to removing it for the next 7 days. Not forever, just 7 days. And I want you to comment day 1 below right now so you get an accountability partner who can check your progress. Notice the restlessness when it hits. Notice when it peaks. Notice when it starts to fade. Notice what fills that space. Notice how your relationship with effort begins to shift. Because once you feel your brain rewiring itself in real time, you'll realize something profound. You weren't meant to live as a slave to algorithms and impulses. You were meant to be someone who does hard things and loves doing them. That version of you is waiting, and the path to becoming them starts with a single choice. Are you ready to do it? Comment below. Let's do this together. And if you're serious about understanding the deeper psychology behind why we do what we do, hit that subscribe button. The Cognitive Compass is where we explore the real science of human behavior, not surface-level tips, but the kind of deep thinking that actually creates lasting change. This is for people who want more than quick fixes. It is for people who want to understand themselves at a fundamental level. I'll see you in the next video. Let's decode the human mind together.